Probably no one would argue that sharks are creepy creatures. They can be frightening even in the virtual world and through the screen, let alone reality, in which sharks attack divers, boats, and kayaks and have deadly swims. It's worth seeing. Unless, of course, you're afraid of sharks. In this episode, I'll show you some scary shark moments and share interesting facts about different sharks. Let's go. Cage diving with sharks has been gaining in popularity lately. One would think who in their right minds would want to plunge into the ocean directly to dangerous sharks, albeit in a safe cage. Is it so reliable? This great white shark spotted the cage and tried to chew on it. The bars were too strong for its teeth, so it was a narrow escape this time. But am I the only one confused by the long distance between the bars? Couldn't a shark stick its head in there and bite the divers? This predator, on the other hand, is more determined. It rammed and crashed into the cage with the diver. Seems that the distance between the bars is normal after all. The head doesn't fit through. But personally, I still wouldn't go down in such a cage to those toothy monsters. What about you? Write in the comments. This guy just wanted to film a kook jumping off a cliff in the waters of Australia. The jump was great. The guy didn't hit his body and successfully dived out, only to hear his friends yelling, "Shark!" He didn't believe them, dove in again, and indeed saw a shark in front of him. The monster swam a few meters away from him. The guy panicked and immediately swam to the shore, but the shark wasn't going anywhere and once again made her presence felt. Fortunately, it only frightened the guy, but never attacked him. Some people dive to sharks by pure chance, and some do it on purpose. Like the man from this video. He was swimming in the sea with his friend. He saw sharks and decided to jump to them. Why? He thought they were non-predatory basking sharks that fed on plankton and were safe for humans. However, only in the middle of his swim he realized that he'd fallen into the lair of predatory sharks. He had to get out of the trap. Here's a slightly similar case. A diver was diving off the coast of South Africa just to shoot some underwater views, but suddenly encountered a great white shark. It swam right by him. Unlike the previous protagonist of the episode, the diver had a harpoon to repel the attack. But believe me, it doesn't always help. It was lucky that the shark was in a good mood. The man dived out and immediately started shouting to his friends that there was a big shark in the water. But sometimes contacts with sharks do happen. Not all of them simply swim past the divers. For example, this diver was not aware of the shark's presence in these waters at all until the predator bit him. The shark hit him on the back of the head. That was the end of it. Maybe the predatory fish was sending a message to the divers to get the hell out of here. Otherwise, next time it might hit the diver on the back of his head with his sharp teeth. This footage was taken in the waters of Fiji. The divers decided to admire the beautiful underwater world, different fish, corals, and so on. Among all this diversity, they did not immediately see a tiger shark, one of the most dangerous sharks in the world. It appeared at the very last second and already opened its mouth to attack one of the divers. But his colleague quickly reached and shoveled a stick in its mouth. This distracted the shark. The diver managed to dodge and escaped. After all this footage I saw, my desire to get in the water tends to zero. Can we at least travel safely on a boat on the seas and oceans? Well, I wouldn't say that. See for yourself. In this footage, people were fishing close to shore. Everything was going fine until a large shark joined them. The predator attacked the boat and soon tried to climb up to the fishermen. They were lucky that the boat was solid. For example, in this case, everything happens on an inflatable boat that was attacked by a great white shark. You have to agree the situation's very serious. It clung to the side with its teeth and bit through it. There was a hole in the boat, so people had to urgently return to the shore. But it's much more dangerous when a shark attacks a kayaker. Kayaks are quite small, and the kayaker literally sits on the water, so they hardly have a reliable defense against a shark attack. Here's a great confirmation of that. A shark, though a small one, attacked the green kayak. The man tried to throw the shark off, but ended up losing his own balance and fell right to the predator. Luckily, there was a boat, to which the man immediately swam to save his life. And here the situation's much more serious. A great white shark deals with the kayaker. It smelled that the kayaker caught some fish and decided to steal the catch. To do this, the shark hit the back of the kayak with all its might and immediately flipped it over. The man immediately returned back because there were no boats nearby. He managed to survive and not even get any damage, but he experienced a real shock. You can't hide from sharks anywhere. I'm not even talking about fishing boats. Even large boats and ships are no obstacle for particularly aggressive and fast sharks like the mako shark. Here it is. It flew out of the water at full speed, flew into the boat, and got stuck in the railing of the side. The predator was trapped and tried to get free, but to no avail. Witnesses could only watch as the vicious shark stared right into their souls and wanted to eat them. But even such dangerous creatures need help. Crew members tied a rope to the tail of the mako shark and lowered the creature into the water. That shark was unlucky. It didn't reach its target. But do not underestimate the mako shark. They jump very cool and sometimes get right on the deck, as in this case with the fishermen who were catching one fish and got quite another. All of a sudden, a mako shark literally flew onto their boat. Fortunately, no one was injured, and the flying shark was soon brought back into the water. Let's get back in the water again, in the shark's native habitat. In this video, though, it's not the shark's native habitat because it takes place in an artificial aquarium at the Dubai Mall, one of the largest shopping and entertainment centers in the world. The divers voluntarily dived in to find themselves in the same water as a real shark. Believe me, there's no editing here. The shark is very real. I don't know what's scarier, the fact that divers take such a risk swimming with this monster, or the fact that the mall management allows volunteers to dive to dangerous sharks. Although it's not that bad though, in that video there was a sand tiger shark, which is considered non-aggressive and almost never attacks people. That cannot be said for the bull shark, which on the contrary is considered the most aggressive and dangerous to humans. You can also see it in the river. These guys in a kayak came across a bull shark during an ordinary rafting trip. And of course, you can see it in the sea. In this footage, a bull shark makes an attack on a diver. Could have been fatal if not for the harpoon the guy used to protect himself. Don't worry about the shark. When these critters suffer significant damage, their brains block out the pain. Besides, the wound is probably not very serious for such a giant, and it's long since healed. By the way, have you ever noticed that the bull shark can be found literally in any body of water? That's because it lives perfectly well in both fresh and salt water. The world of sharks is amazing, so I suggest you get to know it even closer. Keep watching to see the largest and smallest shark, mutant shark, and the rarest shark species in the world. The great white shark, the tiger shark, the bull shark, all these creatures are very large, but none of them compare to the whale shark in terms of size. This is the largest shark in the world, reaching at least 39 feet in length, although it can grow up to 66 feet. These creatures are harmless and safe. They swim at a slow speed, eat on plankton, and do not attack divers. Moreover, whale sharks like people. They let them swim with them, touch them, and even ride them on their backs. And this is the exact opposite. We used to think of sharks as huge creatures, but the dwarf lantern shark proves that sharks can be very different. This is the smallest shark in the world, which can even fit in your hand because it only grows to 8 inches in length. It's very difficult to see these babies in nature. Scientists have observed these sharks only a few times because they live at great depths, from 1,000 to 1,600 feet. Like many deep-sea creatures, dwarf lantern sharks have bioluminescent features. They have a photophore, an organ that emits light located on the underside of the body. The dwarf lantern shark produces light to attract prey and becomes invisible to predators that swim below it. The glowing belly disguises the shark's silhouette when viewed from above. The dwarf lantern shark can rightly be called unusual, but there are other unusual sharks in the world. For example, the blunt-nosed six-gill shark. This is a large and mysterious species of shark, which is compared to dinosaurs. This is because over the past 200 million years, these sharks haven't changed at all. But still, mutant sharks are much more unusual. Over the past few years, they've been caught in a variety of places around the world. Two-headed sharks and cyclops sharks have been found in Florida, Mexico, and Venezuela. There are more and more of them. Scientists believe the cause is a gene disorder, but could the real cause be something else? It seems that nowadays it's even easier to find a mutant shark than a megamouth shark. This is because scientists consider it to be the rarest species in the world. Since the discovery of this species in 1976, less than 100 individuals have been found and caught. Because of this, it's almost unrealistic to study the species. But scientists have still managed to find out something. It's known that megamouth shark is one of the largest sharks in the world. that it lives in shallow bays at depths of 16 to 130 feet, and in the open sea at depths of up to 5,000 feet, and that it's found mainly in the southern hemisphere. We can only hope that megamouth sharks will not become extinct in the near future, and that scientists will still be able to study them properly. That's all, guys. Have you ever seen sharks in person? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you later.